true men, the true people, men and women who remember Allah, they are not like common people. They cannot be. And if you see,
Mm.
if we see the stories of the prophets, for example, when we read the Quran, and this is how I've realized it, is like we look at the story of Ibrahim alayhi salam, example, just
Yes.
a version of a human being, Ibrahim alayhi salam. And when he was
Hmm.
told, and he was tested by God, by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to put his baby and his wife in the valley.
Hmm.
I mean, on a personal level, right now, existential level, I can never imagine me doing that. Honestly, I can never imagine myself taking my wife and kids into a valley and saying, "Guys, stay there. You'll find some water."
Yes. Yes.
I will never imagine that. But
Yeah, that's true. I think, one of the things that you've said, I mean, you said a lot of great things. You talked about that we are influenced by everywhere, right? Left, right, up, down. You are surrounded by these different ideas. And I think that, the Prophet Ibrahim, alayhi salam, one of the most extraordinary things about him was that he was also, I mean, he was a human being like you and me, and he was born in a society. And he was told whatever society told him to worship the idols, right? So the idols for me is not only it's not only like a physical
figures,
thing,
yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah. Not just that.
Like, not only like those physical things. It could be wealth, the pursuit of wealth, whatever society tells you should do, right?
Mm,
And it doesn't matter whether the society is Islamic or not. You are born
mm,
in a society, is a society. It has good and bad.
mm,
What's extraordinary for me was that he he broke the idols, right? And then he left, and he looked for the truth, right? And his journey is very important because he's looking for the truth, right? So he says that the stars, are for him, worthy of worship. And then the moon came up, and then he said, "Well, I don't worship this. I'm gonna worship the moon because it's better than the stars."
mm,
And then it became dawn. The sun came up, and then he said, "Well, it looks like there's something is not correct with me." So and then once he managed to, and that part is the la ilaha, right? That's the la ilaha, because he's starting by destroying all these idols from
mm,
his home village in the desert. That is the la ilaha. There's none with you. With the la ilaha, he's destroying all these idols. He said these are not worthy of worship, right? And then he continues the shahada, says illallah, right? Except Allah. Allah is the one who created them. I'm gonna worship the one who created everything. So the truth came from him, right? It came from him, because you can be told, you can grow up in a Muslim home, and you can be told that worship Allah, be a good Muslim, do this and do that. But if it's not in you, if you haven't done that work
mm.
of trying to discover that shahada,
Yep,
I mean, there's a reason why we say the shahada every day,
yep.
in the iqama. So there's a constant search for that. It has to come from within. Your parents can't force that knowledge into you.
Yep,
You yourself, as an individual, have to discover it.
yep.
And it doesn't matter whether you're in tariqa, you're in turuk or not, Muslim or not. This is something you have to do. It has to come from within you.
Yep,
And that is the challenge that we are facing.
yep,
And this is the challenge our fathers were facing.
yeah,
And this is the challenge that our sons will be facing, and
yeah.
so
For sure.